Greetings, royal family. I am back. Welcome to another episode of the Morning Boogie Morning Show. It's been a long time. I missed you. Did you miss me? All right. So we got a couple of things lined up today. Thee Stallion, the Breakfast Club is actually, they call themselves calling her out about not interviewing with them. It's a little messy, so I'm definitely going to dive into that. Wendy Williams, did she expose Blac Chyna? Did she betray Blac Chyna? Are Wendy Williams and Blac Chyna really friends? Well, Chyna responded to Wendy Williams, not verbally. She just posted a video, kind of debunking what Wendy Williams alluded to on her show. We also got a fourth person has been arrested in the Tim Norman case. So we're definitely going to touch on that. Naomi Campbell kind of exposes Tyra Banks and kind of clears her name. So, we're going to get into that little squabble along with a couple of other topics. But before I start, please pay your admission fee. I'm happy that you're here. Hit that like button. That's your admission fee. That's it. Drop down in the comments. Say a hello. Good morning. If you're watching the replay, drop your comments as well. Same rules apply. Make sure you hit the like button. Share the video. I definitely don't mind. It's good to be back. All right. So before we get into the shenanigans and the spicy hot topics, I wanted to start off with some Florida foolishness. Okay, this is according to the Insider. So a Florida man says that he was trying to toughen up a 8-year-old by bringing him along on a crime spree. This is only in Florida. So Florida authorities, they arrested a man they say had an 8-year-old with him while committing various crimes. This is according to the Miami Herald. They're reporting this. So Ernest McKnight III, right? He sounds shifty. Who is accused of multiple crimes, was taken into custody on Thursday and is facing charges including theft, burglary, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. This is according to a news release by the Polk County Sheriff's Office per the Miami Herald. So Mr. McKnight, he is accused of stealing a red Hyundai on November 7th. This was in Florida. Now, this is according to the news release as well. So the Insider is making sure they are quoting their sources or citing their sources, I should say. Anyway, he's also accused this guy of rummaging through a man's parked Chevy on November 12th. Authorities said when McKnight was discovered in the act, he drove away in the red Hyundai he took days prior. So let me get this straight. So the authorities caught him rummaging through somebody's parked vehicle. They didn't question him. They didn't run his tags. They didn't ask him any questions. He was able to drive away in a car that he stole days prior. This is Florida, ladies and gentlemen. So according to the news release, hours later on the same day, McKnight took a package from a person's porch and said, "It's mine now." He then left the scene in the red Hyundai, authorities said in the news release. One of the crimes was the theft of a delivered package, the sheriff's office said in a Facebook post about the incident. About the theft, Ernest told the detective, "It was there for me to take." This is what Ernest is telling the detectives, that, the package was there for me to take up. It's mine. This is so loony. Now, after local police failed, obviously, to stop McKnight during a traffic stop, the stolen red Hyundai was detected by the sheriff's office helicopter unit in the back of a residence, and he was eventually detained. Finally, now, according to the news release, during questioning, McKnight told authorities that he had a child present because he was trying to toughen him up because he doesn't want him to be soft. The child was returned to his relatives, according to the news release. So where did he get this child from? Is he related to this child? Was the child hurt? Listen, it doesn't even make any sense for me to try to make sense of this situation, considering that this took place in Florida. Oh, my goodness. So that's enough for Florida foolishness. Okay, let's move on to some more nonsense with these idiots lined up on my screen. So this is according to St. Louis Dispatch. I oftentimes check this particular media outlet for updates concerning this particular case because it's a local publication, so they pretty much they usually have up-to-date information. But anyway, so there's a fourth person who was charged in this case, right? So Tim is in the middle, Terica Ellis is on the right hand side, and this guy on the left is Travell Hill. Okay, so Montgomery, you guys know that Tim Norman, oh gosh, is basically being accused of putting together a plot to take out his nephew, Andre. Okay, Andre departed back in 2016. So Andre Montgomery's uncle has already been charged, in his passing, which authorities say was a plot, a for hire plot. You see the wording there. Both Montgomery and his uncle, James Timothy Tim Norman, appeared on the Welcome to Sweetie Pie's reality television show that ran for 5 seasons on OWN. Some people may not know. Some of you may already know. So this is repetitive. Now, Travell Anthony Hill, he was charged by complaint in U.S. District Court in St. Louis on November 3rd with conspiracy to commit M-word for hire and arrested 3 days later. He has now been indicted on that charge, prosecutors said last week, Thursday. Now, prosecutors say that Hill participated in the conspiracy to do what they did to Andre in St. Louis in 2016. But they did not reveal his role other than to say another defendant tipped Hill to Montgomery's location before Andre was popped, right? They also said in court documents that 2 days after the situation, Hill was paid $5,000, okay, and laughed about it with his brother on recorded jail phone calls. This is the one instance that I can think of right now where I'm actually glad that someone is an idiot, okay? You have a relative that is locked up and you are on a phone call with that incarcerated relative, okay? And you decided to laugh about this situation and being paid $5,000. This is the one, like I said, thank God he's an idiot because this case is moving along. Anyway, Hill, this is the guy who was recently arrested. He joins 3 others who are facing charges in the case. Charging documents say that Tim Norman, took out $450,000 worth of life insurance on Andre before he was taken out. Now, he did this with the help of an insurance agent who is YL Yagnam. This is the one that was Nelly, the rapper Nelly's former music producer. He is out. He's the only one that is not in custody. And I think that he should be behind bars as well, right? Why not? He had a large hand in this whole plot and scheme. So why is he out on bond, bail, whatever? Anyway, Terica Ellis, she was paid allegedly $10,000 to lure Andre to the place where he met his fate. Put it that way. Certain words I can't say. I'm not being insensitive. All right. Now, her job was to lure Andre outside and then tip off Tim and this guy, Tramell, whatever his name is, Hill. This is what prosecutors are saying. So Ellis and Norman, they each face a M-word for hire charge, and Norman and Yagnam face a charge of conspiracy to commit wire and mail fraud. Yagnam also faces 5 counts of aggravated identity theft. So that means they were doing some crazy foolishness to obtain this life insurance policy. And again, I think that YL Yagnam should be behind bars as well. That's just my opinion. So it seems little by little, they're getting closer and closer to cracking this case. It does not say, I did not see any articles indicating that this kid, Travell, was the one that actually did anything, if you know what I mean. But the truth is going to come out. In my opinion, I think that they have a lot of evidence that they may be keeping sealed or keeping it hidden from the public, because this is considered a high profile case. So yeah, but listen, any information that moves us closer to a resolution, because a lot of us are invested in this, because, you know, a lot of people have grown fond of, you know, Miss Robbie and Sweetie Pie's show, and, you know, you felt like they're family to you as well. So a lot of people are kind of like attached to this case. I totally understand why. But again, St. Louis Dispatch is the media outlet or the website that I frequent and check up on the status of anything pertaining to this case. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Tim is scheduled to return to court next month. So we're moving closer and closer to a resolution, hopefully. All right, enough of these faces. Yuck. All right, 50 Cent. This is according to ashowbiz.com. So 50 Cent, he is convinced that Lil Wayne got paid to endorse Cheeto 45, right? So you guys know that Lil Wayne, he made headlines a few days before Election Day, right? Because he took a picture with Cheeto 45. He got its thumbs up. And Lil Wayne says that, you know, he's supporting Cheeto because of his criminal justice reform. And everyone was in an uproar because Lil Wayne took a picture with Cheeto 45. Well, 50 Cent said that he feels that Lil Wayne was probably paid to endorse Cheeto 45, right? So this apparent endorsement, you know, split public opinion and is even said to have cost Lil Wayne his romance with his girlfriend. So there were talks that she broke up with him because of who he was supporting. There was also talks that he broke up with her because of who she wasn't supporting. Who knows? But 50 Cent, he is confident that Lil Wayne, you know, only waded into the political forum to boost his bank account. So he made the remarks during an interview on New York radio show The Breakfast Club on Tuesday, November 17th, claiming that he was also, 50 Cent, was also approached by campaign bosses to back Cheeto publicly in exchange for a hefty fee. So 50 explained that he was initially offered $500,000 to join Cheeto at his inauguration if he won a second term in office. But the figure was allegedly doubled as 50 mulled over the proposition. So basically, the price went up while 50 was trying to decide whether or not he was going to take the $500,000 and, you know, show up at Cheeto's inauguration, which obviously is not going to happen because he did not win a second term. So 50 says that they were offering me $1 million to come to Cheeto's inauguration, right? I passed on it, he said. $500,000, and then it went up to $1 million while I was still confused with whether I should do it. He eventually decided to pass on the offer because he knew Trump was only interested in attempting to secure votes from the African American community. Duh, obviously. Like, I wonder how long it took for Mr. Curtis Jackson to decide, nah, I'm not going to do it. Maybe, you know, was it that Chelsea Handler told you that you cannot support Cheeto 45 because you're a black man in this country? Like, she had to remind you that you were a black man and you have a large following. 50 Cent was trolling, I think he was, when Joe Biden's tax proposal came out. So because 50 Cent is in a certain tax bracket, he basically would have been taxed up the wazoo. So he wasn't really feeling that because he lives in New York. So that's when he went onto social media and basically said that he is supporting Cheeto 45. I knew he was trolling. He turned around a few days later and said F Cheeto 45. So it's interesting, though, that he was offered $1 million. That's crazy. So, you know, Charlemagne kind of said that, well, he thinks that, you know, Lil Wayne was paid, and 50 Cent said, yeah, for sure, he definitely was paid. Now, 50 Cent said that it's not the first time that Cheeto's campaign bosses have attempted to woo him, you know, for his public endorsement. In 2017, he claimed that he'd been offered $500,000 to make an appearance during a his White House run, Cheeto's 2016 White House run. They out here paying for rappers to support them. You see how influential rappers are, that these politicians want to pay you $1 million to endorse them. Use that power for good. Listen, Lil Wayne can support whoever the heck he wants to support. I don't care. I don't look to Lil Wayne for political advice. You know, if I want to hear him spit a hot if I want to hear somebody spit a hot 16, okay, I'll listen to Lil Wayne. You know, see what he's talking about. A new song comes out. I'm not interested in what Lil Wayne feels or has to say about politics. That's just me. Let's move this along. You guys hitting the like button? Please do. And if you're just joining, welcome to another episode of the Morning Boogie Morning Show. It's Wednesday, November 18th, 2020. Tory Lanez is going to court today. So I definitely will be keeping my eyes and ears to the streets. But until then, we got some other topics to discuss. So this is according to hotnewhiphop.com. Now, Wendy Williams, she's claiming that Chyna regularly texts her for help in finding a condo because Chyna allegedly told her, quote, "I have no place to live." So, of course, it's another messy moment for Wendy Williams. The controversial talk show host was on her show discussing the recent accusations made against Tyga, but it was a comment she made about his ex-girlfriend, Blac Chyna, that caused a stir. Now, after Wendy said that it was a smart move for Tyga to put a lease in his and Chyna's son King's name to avoid any legal hiccups, she mentioned that Chyna regularly contacts her about her housing issues. First of all, that's ghetto. Okay? You're putting a lease in your son's name. And Tyga is being sued by, I guess, his previous landlord of the home that he was renting. The landlord is suing Tyga for alleged damages and unpaid rent. So hopefully he did not have his son on that lease. What? How you gonna put a lease in a minor's name anyway? I know that people will find ways to do anything, but that's just ghetto. Anyway, this is Blac Chyna. These are her Instagram photos. You see she has a dress on that says, "Bleep you." How appropriate. All right, so let's get into what Wendy said on her show. Nope, I'm not playing the video because Debmar Mercury don't play that. Anyway, so this is what Wendy said. She said, "I told you Blac Chyna texts me regularly. Can you help me find a condo? I have no place to live." This is what Wendy said. Now, her guest host, gossip journalist Devin Simone, added that Chyna has mentioned in the past that she's not receiving child support from Tyga and that her payments from Rob for their daughter Dream were lowered. Now, I was under the impression that she wasn't getting child support from Rob nor Tyga. She did an interview, some podcast that she was on, and she walked off. Was that the No Jumper podcast? And she basically said that she was doing everything on her own. Interesting. Anyway, so Wendy goes on to say, "Yep, single mother of 2. Can I find her a place to live?" Wendy added about the woman she called her, quote unquote, little sister. Yeah, remember Wendy and Blac Chyna, they were building up this relationship. They hung out one summer and Wendy was having her hot girl summer. And she said, Chyna was like her little sister. Blac Chyna came on the show prior to this, Rona debacle. And this is how you treat your little sister? Anyway, Wendy goes on to say it was like random. Like maybe she sent a blast to everybody that she knows because it didn't say, "Dear Wendy." I didn't answer it. I don't want to be involved. Chyna seemed to have responded to Wendy's claims with a video she shared on her Instagram story that pretty much showed off her lavish home in Calabasas, California, along with a few of her luxury whips. Now, we're not going to check it out on this site, but we will check it out on theblast.com. So I'm not playing any audio because I think this is her song playing in the background, and those are the words to her song. So she's showing off her Rolls Royce, her G-Wagon, her Lamborghini. Yes, Chyna. Right? In Calabasas. Yes, girl. So she didn't say anything in the video. She just posted the video with her song playing. I think that's her song. It sounded like her. And then she also showed off her house. So there you see. You got the nice pool. Little playground for the children. Little patch of grass there. Basketball court. So she put this on social media, and the location is Calabasas, California. You know, here's the thing. Why is anybody surprised? It's Wendy. And I don't know. She talked about this on her show. She kind of followed up on her show on Tuesday, November 17th. She said something along the lines of, Chyna definitely is looking for an apartment or a condo in New York. So I don't know, Wendy. I don't know. That slipped out kind of weird because you insinuated that she was homeless, or maybe that's just the way that we took it. Chyna took it the same way too, because she got on her social media and showed off her cars and her Calabasas home. So I don't know. Wendy just got a big mouth. You know what I mean? Sometimes she doesn't think before she speaks. I don't know. I don't know. It could be shade because she's not feeling Blac Chyna. It could be a multitude of things. Either way, it seems like Chyna is doing pretty well. Chyna is getting paid hefty bucks. Like, she's making millions on her fans only, little account. So as long as you had a roof over your head, Chyna, and you got somewhere for them babies to sleep and be comfortable and be happy, it's all good with me. She might be looking for a condo in New York and probably text Wendy because Wendy lives in Manhattan. Who knows? We don't know. But Wendy, you got to tighten it up, man. Seriously, you out here looking crazy. All right, let's move this along. So Naomi Campbell, she shares an article that calls Tyra Banks the real mean girl. And people saw this on social media and said that, Naomi is shady for this. But it seems like Naomi is kind of vindicated, right? Now, this is according to page 6. There are these lovely women. You see them there. Now, Naomi Campbell, she shared some curious content with her 9.8 million IG followers on Tuesday morning. Naomi posted an article from The Things, that's the name of the outlet. We're going to get into the article, titled, "Here's Why Fans Are Starting to Think Tyra Banks is the Real Mean Girl, Not Naomi Campbell," which raised eyebrows because of the model's tense past. So somebody said Naomi Campbell is messy. That's what someone posted. Someone else posted, "The Tyra versus Naomi beef will always have a special place in my heart." So like I said, Naomi Campbell shared an article. So I said, what article is this that she shared? Here is the article. TheThings.com is an actual outlet. And they posted, "Here's why fans are starting to think Tyra Banks is the real mean girl, not Naomi Campbell." It's always tragic when two female celebrities are pitted against each other, but there's a reason Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell's rivalry remains iconic to this day. Who could forget about their confrontation on the Tyra Banks show? Banks poured out over a decade of resentment while Campbell sat there smiling, unable to recall the mean things Tyra alleged that she said. Remember when Tyra Banks had her corny talk show and she invited Naomi Campbell on, and she just basically, you made me feel, you did. And Naomi Campbell sat there like, what the heck is she talking about? She was very graceful. She wasn't combative. She just smiled, and she basically couldn't recall more than half the things that Tyra Banks was talking about. Now, we don't know if what Tyra Banks alleged is true or false. We don't know. But Naomi Campbell got her life from this article, and so much so that she shared it to her millions of followers. So people were quick to assume that Campbell was guilty, especially with her notorious anger management issues at that time. Then Banks was this sweetheart giving girls in America an opportunity to be a supermodel. But that changed recently when America's Next Top Model became available on Hulu and Amazon Prime during the pandemic or the lockdown. Tyra Banks' life before America's Next Top Model, things fans didn't know. What was meant to be a happy binge watch became a dark revelation. Oh God, that Tyra Banks wasn't the modeling industry's fairy godmother she made herself to be. We're not only referring to her famous rage turn me moment too. Yo, the people at the things, I don't think they got nothing for Tyra. And not to mention, let me just pause here. She's not a favorite on Dancing with the Stars either. Viewers want her gone ASAP. Like they want her gone like from episode 1 of this new season. So they're not feeling her. Anyway, Tyra asked contestants to change their natural look a lot. Naomi would never. America's Next Top Model's crazy makeovers are a show highlight. You know, the extreme haircuts, the hysterical cries of the unlucky girls who got them. As if that's not bad enough, fans were also upset about this episode where Banks forced a contestant to fix the gap between her teeth. According to her, it's not marketable or CoverGirl material. It's ironic since Banks coined the term flossum, which means showing your flaws is still awesome. She even said it's key to self-confidence. I cannot play this clip. Now, when Naomi Campbell, so now they're doing the comparing and you know, because Naomi Campbell had The Face. She had her own show. So when Naomi Campbell was a mentor in The Face, she never told a girl to change her look. She did give her models tough love in improving their runway walks, but that's only because she believed in their potential to grow. She was there to teach them. Meanwhile, Banks was fitting diverse sets of models in a certain mold no one's ever sure what is. Telling someone's gap tooth isn't marketable should not be coming from an established top model who's gone through scrutiny herself, especially when that's a painful experience Banks ranted about in her one-on-one with Campbell before. Yeah, they were eating Tyra up in this article. I'm not going to lie. Tyra darkened the girl's skin for a photo shoot, something Naomi would never think of. Oh my God. So they're pretty much comparing The Face, which was Naomi Campbell's show, to America's Next Top Model. Oh yes, you read that right. On the 9th episode of ANTM Cycle 13, about 6 girls were made to look biracial for a Hawaiian-themed photo shoot. Banks told Chicks in the Office that she learned about the word hapa in Hawaii, which means mixed race. At that time, the locals kept referring to then President Barack Obama as a hapa. According to the ANTM host, she only wanted to celebrate the term of Obama's recent presidential win as a person of color herself. She said she meant well, but that she knows how it could come off wrong. Yes, we really didn't get a sincere apology. So this was from the photo shoot. Oh, Tyra, you out here going out bad. So yeah, this was another one. Tyra slammed contestants for their personal life choices a lot. Naomi wouldn't be that involved. So this was an episode where one of the contestants, she was openly gay, and Tyra basically told her that she needs to hide her gayness in a nutshell, you know, and they're saying that Naomi Campbell would never do that. You know, she would never get in anyone's personal business. And Naomi Campbell herself, you know, when she's talking about advocating or she has discussions about her advocacy, if the interviewer tried to get personal with Naomi Campbell and kind of steer away from the topic, Naomi Campbell wouldn't have it. She would basically check the interviewer. So yeah, they chewed you up, Tyra girl. And this is again thethings.com. If you want to read the article in detail, feel free to do so. So back to the page 6 article. It just basically goes on to say that Tyra Banks, you know, talked about when she met up with Naomi Campbell on her show. She just talked about how she would cry every night because Naomi Campbell wouldn't accept her and she paid her no mind and she made her feel bad. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. You know, I remember that episode and it was very cringy. And it's like, Tyra, you are a grown woman. And Naomi Campbell, child, she was living her best life back then. Let's just say that. Probably doesn't even remember half of the things that Tyra is accusing her of. However, Naomi Campbell did apologize. She just looked a little bit confused. I don't know, Tyra, you made yourself look crazy, and now here we are years later, and the girls are chewing you up about, how you were on America's Next Top Model. All right, moving along. Lil Wayne again. This is according to TMZ. Lil Wayne, he has just been hit with a federal weapons charge and could face serious prison time if he is convicted. So the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida, of all the places for you to catch a second charge, because he caught one before in New York. New York is the worst. Florida is even worser than that. I know that's not a word, but I'm just saying. So the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida has charged the rapper with 1 count of possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon. Weezy, who was convicted of a felony charge in New York back in 2009, faces up to 10 years in prison if convicted. The charge is for a December 2019 incident where federal agents searched Wayne's plane at Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport. He was a passenger on that plane, which made a stop in Florida on its way to California. At the time, Wayne's attorney said that his attorney, listen to this. At the time, his attorney said that his client was, quote unquote, cleared to leave, even though hammers and substances were reportedly found on the plane. It appears now the feds believe Wayne was wrongfully in possession of a weapon and ammunition. His lawyer tells TMZ Carter was charged for possessing a gold-plated hammer, that's my substitute word for that, in his luggage back in December. The lawyer says there is no allegation that he even fired it, brandished it, used it, or threatened to use it. There is no allegation that he is a dangerous person. This is what his lawyer is saying. His lawyer added, the charge is that because he was a convicted of a felony, in the past, he is prohibited from possessing a firearm. Wayne is scheduled to appear in court next month. I'm telling you, December is going to be a busy month in court for people. But yes, lawyer man, that's exactly why he's being charged. No one said that he fired it, brandished it, or used it to, said that he was going to use it. That's not the point. He is a felon. He is not supposed to have it. He's not supposed to even talk about it. Hell, he's not supposed to look at it, dream about it. And on top of that, he had ammunition. And he also had substances in the plane. What are you talking about? Is that what's wrong with his lawyer? That's your defense, sir? All right, I'm out of here. I can't. I'm moving on. All right. So here, let's get on to more interesting things. I'm done. I'm done with these idiots, pissing away their opportunities on lean, inebriated, can't even think straight. Anyway. This is according to Hip Hop DX. Make sure you guys are liking the video, okay? We're going to bring it on home. Whew, I had to save this for last. So the Breakfast Club calls out Megan Thee Stallion for favoring publications that don't support her music. During the Power 105.1 morning show's Rumor Report on Tuesday, November 17th, Angela Yee discussed Meg's new interview with GQ, where she went in depth about her incident with Tory Lanez, something both Charlemagne and DJ Envy took offense to, as they were told that topic was completely off limits with Meg for their show. Envy says Meg is supposed to be here this week, but they had a long laundry list of things not to ask her about, and it was all Tory Lanez and that situation related. So Envy was in his feelings, right? Charlemagne, he chimed in, noting how she discussed the matter with white publications that rarely writes about her, but not a radio station that has supported her since the early days of her career. You know, some people are really like they really they marvel in their stupidity and their ignorance. Yeah, I think it's crazy because when she does white publications, she's able to talk and talk about everything that she wants to talk about. But when she goes to the black press and black publication, there's a list the label sent out that says, don't ask her about this, don't talk about that. But we're the ones who support her and hold her down and play her music. This is what Charlemagne said. Now, when Yee noted that oftentimes it's not the artist making the requests, the voice of reason in this instance, Yee that is, but the label or their publicists. Charlemagne agreed he didn't think it was Meg personally, but that didn't change how he felt. He says, I'm positive it's not her, but I think it's whack when her representatives do that. He said, at least talk to your people because you're comfortable with your people. Them white people just using you for a story. So, Charlemagne, what the heck is the Breakfast Club doing? Y'all want her to come on y'all platform because y'all want the exclusive. You guys want to use her as well. Okay? So let's stop acting like this is not a numbers and a money game. This is the business. It's about marketing. It's about money. It's about clicks, views, spins, all that good stuff. And as far as DJ Envy, sir, DJ Envy, I'm going to need you to hush. Okay? You are supposed to play her music. You understand? You're a radio show. You are a DJ, sir. So yes, you are going to play her music. I'm confused why you wouldn't play her music. You don't have any beef with her. Angela Yee tried to inject some sort of reason as far as, her publicist and her management and all that stuff. Do you guys not know Megan Thee Stallion is not in control anymore? Since she signed to Rock Management, this is my opinion, she's not in control anymore. Rock Nation Management has probably dumped millions of dollars into promoting Meg Thee Stallion, the brand. She got a Revlon deal. She modeling lingerie with Savage Fenty. She has her album coming out on the 20th. She has a deal with Fashion Nova, a partnership with Fashion Nova. She's performing at the AMAs. You know what I'm saying? Did I say her album? Yeah, her album is coming out. There's a rollout for that. Yes, she is going to be doing press. And doing radio is great. She is going to be doing radio, but just not with y'all. So if Rock Nation Management says that she has to hop on one foot and bark like a dog, I'm pretty sure she probably will. If Rock Nation Management and her people say, nope, you ain't going on Power 105 with the Breakfast Club, she ain't doing it. She's not in control per se anymore. Like I said, this is my opinion, right? Cash is king. So the people spending the money on Megan Thee Stallion, the brand, have the say in where she goes. Charlemagne is acting, and DJ Envy, they're both acting as if they don't know this. Why are you acting like you don't know this? So they're salty because she did the interview with GQ. I think that she did that interview. I said in my previous commentary about Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. I think that she did the interview with GQ right after that summer incident. I don't think it was like recent that she did this or whatever. And let's keep it real. GQ is big fish in comparison to Power 105, the Breakfast Club. Like, come on, stop acting like you don't know how this goes. Okay, I'm pretty sure if Megan herself had a say so, I'm pretty sure she would drop by the Breakfast Club. She did before, right? But you got to understand the business. Stop acting like you don't understand the business. This has nothing to do with a black publication versus a white publication. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the color green, okay? Money is being spent on this girl, on promoting this girl, on pushing this girl, on getting this girl deals and connections. They don't have time for you whining and complaining, okay? They want a return on their investment. All right. Another thing is, Charlemagne, sir, you do not have the best reputation. Let's keep it real. There are allegations about you floating around that you have yet to directly address per se. You know what I mean? In depth. You know, you want to sue bloggers, and you're going to be suing this blogger and sending cease and desist letters to that blogger for talking about certain things. That's bad for business. Okay, management and they don't got time for that type of mix up. Not to mention, you know, when Monique was on your show, you know, you were a little disrespectful and you were a little condescending. Ain't nobody got time for that. I think that Charlamagne would probably try to make a joke out of Megan's situation, and he would try to brush it off. And Meg Thee Stallion is aligned with this Protect Black Women movement. That is not a good look for her to be sitting next to Charlamagne being questioned. Listen, this is not personal. My commentary is not personal. In this instance, it's business. You let me know if you spend money on a product, you want a return on your investment. You are not going to want your product to align with a narrative about Charlamagne that is in direct opposition to the movement that Megan is trying to push. Protect Black women. You know what I mean? Are you serious? Are they really sitting up there at the Breakfast Club acting like they don't know how it goes down? And Angela Yee is not salty about it. So why are Charlamagne and Envy salty about it? And Envy, you hush. Because your wife told you that she doesn't want Erica Mena up there at that show. And you shut that down because you were cheating on your wife with Erica Mena. So your wife tells you what to do. Be quiet. Now all of a sudden you want to be mad about something. You hush. So I think Megan Thee Stallion is going on Hot 97. And if there's a list of questions that management said don't ask, like I said, they're the ones putting the money into Megan, into her projects and to promotion and marketing and stuff like that. You could get mad all you want about that, but don't act like you don't understand the game. I mean, am I tripping? Let me know if I'm tripping in the comments. Let me see. I wrote down some notes. Let me see if I forgot anything else. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, get over it. She's not coming to the Breakfast Club. It is what it is. Quite frankly, that's what you get for trying to blackball Nicki Minaj. What goes around comes around. Anyway, Royal Family, that is pretty much it. So this brings this episode of the Morning Boogie Morning Show to a close. I want to thank all of you who joined me today, all of you who are watching the replay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your view. So get down in the comments and tell me what you think. What do you think about this whole Megan Thee Stallion versus the Breakfast Club? Not really a versus the Breakfast Club, but what do you think about Charlamagne and even DJ Envy being salty about the fact that, you know, Megan Thee Stallion didn't make it? I mean, do you think that Megan was scared? Do you think that Megan is in control, of the interviews that she takes now? Maybe before, yes, but now being with a management company that is huge, a huge management company. Should they take it personal? Do you think that they are going to stop playing her music? DJ Envy, if you stop playing Meg Thee Stallion's music, man, you're gonna look real crazy out here. She didn't say anything about you. She probably doesn't even know that her management team, her publicists and things like that handed over a list of questions that you can't ask. She probably don't even know. Like I said, she's not in control of certain things like that anymore. Not right now. Not with a debut album out that has got to do well so that these people can get a return on their investment. So tell me what you think. Also, what do you guys think about the Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks? Wendy Williams, you know, is she really a friend to Blac Chyna? You know, should anybody be bothered by now? Should we expect any loyalty from Wendy Williams? Wendy Williams herself has said she doesn't have any friends in the industry because she's going to have to get on camera, or at the time on the radio back in the day, and talk about you. So I'm not surprised. I don't know. It's always something with Wendy Williams. I enjoy watching. All right, Royal Family, I'm getting up out of here. I'm signing off. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. Please drop down in the comments. Keep all comments respectful. Share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Make sure your notification bell is on. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. Check out the other content on the channel. And if you want to be notified when I upload my videos and join the Royal Family conversation, all you got to do is click subscribe, click the notification bell, select all. This way you won't miss out on any of the uploads. All right, I'll see you guys soon. I'm signing off. And as always, until next time, folks, peace.